Hi, I'm Miss Chris. Welcome to my greenhouse and gardens. I'm just planting a few sunflower seeds. These happen to be red evening sun sunflowers. Just popping them down in these little holes. And of course we'll cover them with soil. And give them some water. While we're here, let's take a look at all these plants I have in here now. Started waiting to go in my garden. Here is our tomato we planted a while back in another episode. It is getting quite big. But let's go out and see the big vegetable garden. So here is my little cold frame where I planted some things earlier in the spring when it was still pretty chilly. I have some radish plants, some Swiss chard, which is green, some lettuces. On this far side, I have some peas, protecting them from the bunnies. The bunnies like to come in and eat my peas. A few red cabbage plants here. Here are the peas. So these have been protected through the early spring weather and also from hungry bunnies. Next to that, you can see some old stems sticking up, and if we look closely, we have some asparagus popping right up out of the ground. These little spears. And some more. There's another one. So they'll grow up nice and big, and then we'll cut them off and have yummy asparagus to eat. This feathery plant that looks a lot like the fennel, but is not. This is chamomile. Have you ever had chamomile tea? Chamomile tea is good for tummy ache or help you relax. This will get some white little daisy looking flowers on it. Later it reseeded itself from last year, and I've been working in my big beds here with my fork, loosening up the soil, taking out the weeds. You can see over there I've turned over a section that had some weeds that grew over the winter. In the back you can see have lots of weeds yet. This lovely patch here, these are garlic. The garlic bulb that you buy at the store grows down under the ground. And these are the greens. So when they are ready in July, pull the whole thing up and see a lovely bulb of garlic. So it's coming along. I still have a lot of work to do in here. This is another lovely plant. People consider it a weed. Stinging nettle. It actually can be kind of itchy in the spring, though it's very tender. And I will harvest some of that to chop up and feed to my chicks. But the chicks will really like that, along with some dandelion greens. And I also like to use the nettle for tea or for soup, but only in the early spring before it goes to seed. Well, that's a little tour of my early spring garden. It's a sunny day, so I gotta get back to work. So here we are again, Mr. Jeff and I, to show you a few more recycled percussion instruments and have a little percussion jam. It's raining, so we can't work out in the garden right now, although it is fun to play in the rain. But this is a good time to show you what else you can find in your recycling. Mr. Jeff, would you like to demonstrate some drums?
Well, sure. We've got a couple of boxes here that can put some pretty nice sound out. Or
Nice.
what do you have?
Nice. All right, I'm going to show you some shakers, some possibilities of shakers. On YouTube, there are a lot of do-it-yourself shaker recipes, so you can look and see what you have at home and try some of those ideas. I have some popcorn in a glass jar. I have some rice in a tin. It's different. It's kind of you could use a water bottle or a soda bottle and put pebbles or rice or whatever you might have, dry beans in there. You don't need a lot inside. There's a lot of versions of toilet paper roll shakers. This one I have stapled this way and then the opposite way. So you get lots of shaker room in there. And this has lentils in it. And then of course I could get my bright colored crayons and make all kinds of designs on there. The last version is a cracker box. And I found a bunch of sticks. Help me out here, Mr. Jeff.
Okay.
I'm just going to break up some twigs. Put them inside my box.
One more. There you go.
Close it back up. Another kind of shaker sound. This is... Use it like a tambourine where you tap and shake. All right, so.
And I should say that this is a djembe type of African drum.
West African drum.
So this is not a recycling instrument.
All right, so to get us going with just a straight 1, 2. Let's clap that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stop. When we're doing rhythm, it's good to have it in your whole body. You can step to it, clap to it, bop to it. If you watch drummers drumming together, usually their heads are all kind of bopping together. They're keeping the beat with each other. So let's try that. Feel our whole body keeping a beat. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and our chest. 1, 2, and our lap. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our basic beat. So you want to put that on your instruments there? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and stop. Good. And we can double time that. Mr. Jeff will keep that, and the shaker is going to double time, which means it's going to play twice as fast. It's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and basic beat, we have our double time beat, and we can mix them up. I can do some slow. You can also use some silence in there for special effect. We're just going to have Mr. Jeff give us a simple 4-beat drum. So we can feel the rhythm. And then he's going to get a little bit fancy. Finale. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So, I hope you enjoyed that. You can find your recordings of your own favorite songs. You can make up your own patterns with your friends, with your family. Infinite possibilities for rhythm. Rhythm is all around us, waiting to be discovered. So have a very rhythmic day, and don't forget, get outside.